Australian law and domestic and family violence. When you settle in Australia, you may have a lot of different emotions, being happy, anxious, worried, or even fearful. Understanding the new laws at a time when there's a lot of change can feel overwhelming. Some laws that are often not understood are the laws around domestic and family violence and the rights of women. Domestic violence can also be known as DV, or family violence. Domestic violence is very common in Australia, and it happens in all cultures. We know women are more likely to experience domestic violence, and there are some men who experience domestic violence. The statistics report 1 in 4 women in Australia will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. A woman is killed every week in Australia because of domestic violence. What is domestic violence? It is where one member of the family will use their power and position to have control over another member of the family. The behaviours are used to control another, and that person will often feel afraid or scared. We call this use of control, violence, or abuse. Ways that someone can get this control include physical violence, physically hurting someone, pushing, punching, kicking, grabbing, or spitting at them. Verbal emotional abuse, screaming at someone, calling them names, saying things to put them down, or making them feel like they're going crazy. Intimidation, making someone feel unsafe or afraid by using looks, gestures, actions, smashing things, or destroying belongings. Hurting pets. Isolation, not allowing someone to go out with friends or family members, controlling where the person is allowed to go. Financial abuse, preventing someone from being able to access their money, taking away money, giving an allowance or not giving enough money to cover the costs for the family. Sexual abuse, forcing someone to have sex when they don't want to. Unwanted sexual contact, such as touching, forcing someone to watch pornography if they don't want to, forcing someone to take naked photos of themselves and send to others. Cultural or spiritual abuse, behaviours that demonstrate lack of respect for someone's cultural or spiritual beliefs or practices, prohibiting someone from attending cultural or spiritual events, forcing someone to attend another person's cultural or spiritual event when they don't want to. Use of technology to track or monitor the whereabouts of someone. Checking Facebook or other social media platforms. Sending naked images of someone to others without the person's consent. Or adding a person's head to a naked image and sending them to others. Using male privilege. Treating a partner like a servant, taking control over all the decisions in the house. These are some examples of the types of behaviours that are domestic violence. Domestic violence is against the law in Australia. This means that sometimes police might become involved. Just because police don't know about what is happening doesn't mean that domestic violence is not happening. If someone is experiencing domestic violence, there are many services and supports that can help. To help make telling your story easier, services will use interpreters if needed. There are lots of different people you can speak to. You can talk with police, a doctor, a nurse, a caseworker, or your local domestic violence service. Some of these are listed below. Police 000. DV Connect 1800 811 811. 1800 RESPECT 1800 737 732. Local Services DVAC 4642 1354. Men's Line 1800 600 636. Legal Aid Queensland 1300 651 188. Task 46169700. Multiculture Australia 4632 1466.